Hi guys, so this video is going to be something different. It's not going to be about wig reviews. It's going to be about keloids. I'm going to share my keloid story, the good, the bad, the ugly, and basically the success of how I got my keloids removed. So basically what I want to tell you is what a keloid is. It's pretty much a overgrowth of scar tissue, and your body just keeps producing it. Well, you have to have like trauma in that area. So like, say if you got a piercing in your ear or acne as well, be very careful when popping pimples, because acne can cause keloids, especially in women of color. And when I say color, not just African American, but it is mainly seen in African American women, but just women of color, and any people. And I say women, what I mean is people of color. But it can show into anybody, white, Mexican, anybody. So don't just think it's just African Americans or black people. So my very first keloid, I want to say I was about 17 when it came, and it was on my left shoulder blade. And pretty much it started off as a pimple, and my mother loves to pop pimples. Oh my gosh, she loves to pop pimples, and she just got so excited. Was like, oh, let me pop it. And I'm like, fine. So she popped it, and ain't nothing came out, nothing really came out. So months later, down the road, this thing just starts growing. Started off real small and it starts growing. Fortunately, I don't have any pictures of how big it was, but I'll show you my scar, and that will give you an idea of how big it was. But yeah, so she popped it, and it started growing. I went to the doctor. The doctor was like, oh, it's just an oil pocket, don't worry about it, it'll go away. Months later, it's still there. It got bigger, and I'm mad at myself because I let it get to a point where it was just so big that it was protruding out of my clothes. Like, people can see this big hump. So like, you can see this big hump, like, that's just hanging out my clothes and stuff. So I was very self-conscious, like, with wearing tank tops or anything like that. Like, I always wanted to wear a jacket on because I was just self-conscious with this big creature on my bag. My second keloid was, I want to say it was on, my ear. So I had got a industrial barn, and pretty much a couple of days later, I saw a little bump, and it grew a little bit here. I called the piercing place, and they basically was like, oh, put tea tree oil, put some bare aspirin, crush it up, make a paste, put it on it, and you should be fine. That did not work. So I want to tell you something about that. When you're using tea tree oil, or if you're using the bare aspirin and you're mixing up as paste, that bump that you get, it has to be like soft, like an open bump. I'm trying to make it make sense. Like, I had one growing on my nose. So I had a nose piercing, and a bump was growing, but the bump wasn't like a pimple bump. It was kind of like flesh bump. And what I did was, I got bare aspirin, I crushed it up, put some dots of water, like I stuck my hand in water, and I just let it drip from my hand until that to the aspirin that I crushed up. Put it on my nose put it on my nose that night, and then the next day later, it was gone. So it can't be a bump that's like a pimple. It can't be like a pimple bump. It has to be like a fleshy bump, if that makes sense. So yeah, so this one that was growing here, I tried to do that, it didn't work. But it's little, it's nothing, I'm fine with it. I don't want to go get no surgery or nothing for it. It's fine. It's not bothering me. So I joined the Navy in 2012, and pretty much I had to take off all my piercings. So I had belly button pierced, my nose pierced, my ears pierced, my tragus pierced, my cartilage pierced. I had my industrial bar, I had my cartilage pierced here. So pretty much, except for my lower ear, my tragus, and my nose, everything else keloid. So it started small. It started off small, and then it just gradually got bigger and bigger and bigger. So by the time I was in boot camp, it was huge. The one on my back was still big. It was so embarrassing. I was so embarrassed, but what could I did? I did it to myself, you know. What could I have done? I've done it to myself. So after boot camp, I spoke to a dermatologist and talked to one of the dermatologists there, and I set up an appointment. He looked at it, examined me, and I went to go get surgery to remove it. Boom. So I got the one on my back removed, and then I had on my top ear, I had a bump on top, I had a bump on bottom. What he did was he cut the one off the bottom, and then the little one that I had on top, he cut that off. And he told me, he said, I'm sorry, I can't really do much to your ear because your keloid has formed on this part of your ear. So it's formed inside of that part of your ear. So it's nothing I can do. You have to go talk to a plastic surgeon. But at that time, I didn't care because it was gone, you know. So like, I'm looking at my ear like, oh my gosh, my ear looks somewhat normal. So I didn't care. He cut the one off my back as well. Oh my god, it was huge. It was about an inch in height. It was an inch in height. I'll show you in a few. So pretty much months later, I didn't really see him any much except for him to see how my sites were, see how they were doing. And then when I went to leave to go to Virginia, a week before I left to go to Virginia, he did a laser. I don't remember the name of it, but he did like a laser treatment on my back. And that was it. He was like, you know, that with the laser treatment on my back, I should have good results and I shouldn't have any issues left. So from Virginia, I moved to Florida, and pretty much my ear grew. The top part of my ear grew bigger. And it kind of grew to the point where it was, like it wasn't even a top or bottom part to my ear. Like it was just like this one big fuse, and I'll show you a picture as well. So my back started to puff up. I decided to go see the dermatology in Florida, and pretty much he looked at my ear and he said, okay, I can reduce your ear size. It won't be normal. I wouldn't suggest you cut it again because, you know, as we see, your skin just it doesn't do well with incisions or any type of cut. So he didn't. He told me not to go see a plastic surgeon, and that was my goal. I was going to see a plastic surgeon to get my ear reconstructed, but he told me no, don't do it. It won't be worth it. You're gonna have, you know, it's gonna come back pretty much. So I did the steroid injections. I did it in my shoulder, and I did it in my ear. I also have one on my belly button as well, and then I have one on my leg. I shaved my leg, nicked myself, and a keloid grew. So he looked at the one on my leg and he told me not to worry about that. My belly button, he told me not to worry about that. So he just worried about my ear and my lower shoulder blade. So my lower shoulder blade, my shoulder blade had puffed back up. He did the steroid injections. I did that from April to November. Yeah, April to November before I left to go to Japan. I did that from April to November, and my back, it was flat. It still had like around the edges, still kind of puffy, but it went flat. My ear, it did reduce in size, and it was squishy, so I knew it was working, but it wasn't really reducing in size. So being in Japan, I didn't see any dermatologists out here until recently, about 5 days ago. Oh God, I went about 5 days ago, talked to the dermatologist here in Japan, and she was so good to me, you guys. Like, she looked at my ear and was just like, oh yeah, there's no way that we can do injections and it's going to reduce that. So she was like, what we can do for your ear is we can shave it. We can shave it down. She said, in your back, we can continue to go ahead and do the steroid injections. My belly button, she said we can do the steroid injections, and the one on my leg, we did steroid injections. So 5 days later, my belly button is softer. The The keloid is softer. The one on my leg and went down. The one on my back, my back was already good from when I was getting steroid injections from back in Florida. But when I came here, she just did it, and she was like, well, obviously the treatment was working because it was easy for her to stick the needle in, and it wasn't hard, it was soft. So I'm feeling it now, and all the puff, the edges of it went down. So with my ear, she shaved it, and she sculpted it. She basically sculpted to be in the shape of an ear again. And you guys just don't understand how happy I'm so happy. So this is about 5 days later after I got it done. I will put pictures of it before. I'll put pictures of it soon after she did the surgery, and this is what it looks like 5 days later. I hope you can see. So pretty much the keloid had taken over the about here to like back here, and it was like a big hump. It was just huge. Like there was no part where you can tell like where your ear folded at, you know. So I can't really explain it. I'll just have to show you the picture, but I'm just so happy at the results. Like this is the first time I had my hair up, you know, in some type of style up in like 3 years. I'm just amazed. I just want to, you know, like let everybody know, like don't let these doctors tell you that there's nothing that they can do, or they don't suggest, you know, you cutting. I mean, yes, okay, one thing I can't say, because I'm not a doctor, I don't know, but what I can say is, if you do decide to get your keloids cut, I strongly suggest that you, as soon as you get it cut, what she did was, as soon as she cut it, she put the cortisone, the steroid shots in my ear, like she squeezed it on the wound. But I strongly suggest that you do get the steroid injections right after you get your keloid removed, because that will help and benefit prevent it from coming back. I do strongly suggest that you do that. Don't just get it cut and then don't do anything else, because I did that with my ear and my back. I got them cut, nothing else happened with it except for the laser treatment, but it started to puff back up. My back started to puff up and my ear started to grow back. So I can say that yes, it is true that if you do decide to cut and don't do any treatment afterwards, it will come back, and it will come back with a vengeance. And that's what my ear did. My ear was God, it came back with a vengeance. But I just want to let you guys know that, you know, there are options. There's options. Don't just settle for it. You know, it can make you very self-conscious about yourself. It sucks. I understand. I know. I went through it. I'm still going through it. You know, it sucks. It really does suck. But just, if you talk to one dermatology and they don't really give you an answer, go talk to another one. There are options, you know. Like I said earlier, I was looking up plastic surgeons because I really was considering getting the plastic surgery on my ear to reconstruct my ear, because I told myself after she cut it, and if it didn't look right, because as soon as she cut it, I didn't care what it looked like, it was gone. So I was just so happy. But if my ear doesn't look good, then I will probably pursue getting reconstructive surgery. But right now I'm happy with it. Yes, it's you know, it's still an open wound, but I'm happy with it now. If it looks like this after it heals, I still will be happy with it, and I won't even worry about the surgery. But if you guys have, you know, any questions or want to know anything, I will definitely put my email on the bottom. You can write me. I can talk to my dermatologist and see what she recommends. I mean, I can't give you a real consultation, or you know, but I can, you know, I can ask questions and see what she says, because when I tell you she was just like this gift from the heavens, like unlike any other dermatologist that I saw, like she really, she just, I'm just in awe. Like she saw it and she was like, this is what we're going to do for this is what we're going to do for that, you know, this for this and this for that. And she just, it wasn't no, oh, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can't do, because that's not an option. There's something that you can do. It's just, I don't know if they're just scared or I don't know. But I'm rambling now, so I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Oh wait, yeah, before I sign off, I'm gonna show you my shoulder. My skin will never be the same there. It will never be the same, but I don't care. I don't care. But yeah, so that's pretty much what my shoulder looks like. And I have one on my belly button. I'll show you that as well. So after she did the injections, it's actually softer. It is really soft now. Like, it's not hard or anything. Then I have one on my leg that I can't show you at the moment, but I'll put a picture up. But yeah, so you guys, like I said, if you have any questions, just hit me up. I will get back to you. This is something that, you know, I wanted to tell girls, or anybody who's into the fashion, who's into the piercings and stuff. Like, don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. It's not worth it. I did it. I love piercings. But it just wasn't good to me. I mean, and the thing is about keloids is you don't know until it's too late. You don't know if your skin keloids unless it's too late. And they do say it's genetic, but I don't have anybody in my family that has keloids. I have no one in my family that has keloids, mama or daddy side. I'm the only one. So, you know, I don't know about this, you know, it being genetic or whatever the case may be, but I just have sensitive skin. And I don't know if it has anything, I'm not going to say anything to do with eczema, but like, I honestly can say if you're someone who has sensitive skin, meaning like if your neck breaks out a lot, or if you put fake things in your ears and your ears break out a lot, or just say your skin is just sensitive to anything, like it just breaks your skin off. I don't think it has anything connection, but I would strongly suggest you stay away from piercings, because my skin is so sensitive to jewelry, to piercings, and even if it's real gold or real silver, my ears still can't take it for so long. Like, I can't leave earrings and I can't wear a necklace for so long because my skin just can't take it. But, you know, like I said, I'm not saying it has any connections, but just be weary. Just try to learn your body as much as possible. That's all I can really say, is try to learn your body, man, because, you know, it's crazy. But, you guys have a great day. Like I said, like 5 or 6 times, just email me anything. I'm willing to try to help you. Like, I really want to help you guys who's dealing with this. So, bye, you guys. Have a good day.